This morning, Monday, June 29th, the State Department of Health reported that the number of COVID-19 cases in Miami-Dade County surpassed 35,000, and 975 people in our county have succumbed to the virus. Over the last week, the increase in positive numbers statewide and here in Miami-Dade has been enormous. Many of the one-day increases this week were the highest one-day increases since the pandemic started. Importantly, the positive rate for Miami-Dade County in the past 7 days is higher than it has ever been, even when testing was limited to those who were most likely to test positive. So it is clear we have much more virus in our community today than previously. Hospitalizations have also increased after being flat for many weeks. Right now, over 1,100 people in the county are so sick they need to be hospitalized. The number of those who need to be on ventilators is also going upward. Death rates have not increased, but fatalities generally are the last metric to increase when people start getting sick. But there are a few things we need to do. First, getting tested is a good idea. It allows health officials to figure out who may have been infected and advise them and those around them to quarantine, thus limiting the spread of the virus. We've increased the capacity at the Convention Center Testing Center to 1,000 tests a day and opened up a walk-up center next to the police station on Washington Avenue this week. I know the lines are long, so we will try to increase our capacity even more so. We don't have too many tools left in our kit, and we don't want to be forced to return to a shelter-in-place order that proved so economically devastating. So this morning, I asked our commission and manager to explore more ways to stem the spread of the virus. One thing we will do is provide broader and hopefully more effective mask regulations. Our city has required masks since early April indoors and in some places outdoors. We will now require people who are not socially distancing to wear masks everywhere, including condo common areas and hotels. We are also adding civil penalties for failure to wear masks that range from verbal warnings to fines. This should make it easier for our police to enforce these rules. Importantly, we will begin utilizing ambassadors to provide free masks to folks who are not exercising social distancing in the areas of our city more prone to congestion. Now, while you can find lots of studies online about the wearing of masks, the overwhelming medical opinion is that wearing of masks can substantially reduce transmission. Here is Dr. Morris, director of the Emerging Pathogen Institute at the University of Florida, explaining why it is so important.
From a science standpoint, there are increasing data on the efficacy of masks in slowing rates of transmission. And I would emphasize that masking is not a political statement. It's a public health statement, saying that you care about your neighbors in your city. What I would ask is that you mask all the time when you're outside of your house. It's critically important in closed spaces or crowds, inside stores, inside businesses, but outside as well is important as well. There are times that social distancing is not possible, and wearing a mask outside further reduces the chances of virus transmission. If you can't wear a mask, face shields help. Not as good as a mask, but better than nothing. And I will be perfectly candid in saying that masking alone is probably not going to be enough to turn around the current surge in cases that we're seeing. But it's a critical element that you can contribute to the effort to control what is proving to be a very deadly disease.
At this morning's meeting, the commission discussed a curfew, and the city manager is considering this option, and an order may be forthcoming, along with other measures to curtail the activity that seems to be related to virus spread. And to the young people who are the majority of those now being infected, I've made this point before, that even if you think you will not suffer adverse health consequences, which is not necessarily even true, you are putting others in severe risk. The more of the virus there is in our community, the more difficult it is to protect those that have very good reasons to worry. These rules will not last forever, but it is vital you follow them now. And to those of you who seem to believe that wearing a mask is a political statement, it is not. This virus couldn't care less who you support or what party you belong to. I don't know the politics of the 13 seniors who were living in a nursing home here in South Beach and who recently perished from COVID-19. I just know the disease found them and took them from their loved ones. I know we are capable of better because I know the character of the community I have been blessed to serve. I know we look out for each other, whether it is during a hurricane or just when someone is sick or grieving. We show up. Like some neighbors did last week, when they wanted to wake up early and express their thanks to two essential waste management workers, Saul Scruggs and Keon Richardson, who always show us their extraordinary positivity. So let's confront this challenge with the same attitude that has always defined us and helped us weather the toughest of storms. As always, thanks for your patience and calm. Stay healthy, please, and mostly at home.